Hello! I wanted to show you how to make money online, and this is method number 5, all right? This is called the quick grabber method. This has to do with selling domain names, and it's one of the easiest domaining strategies. You're gonna make millions, all right? So basically, this is how the quick grabber method works. You go to estbot.com, which will give you a drop list, an expired domain drop list. That means domains that have just dropped, people were lazy or died or something, and they let the domain drop. So you grab that domain for 10 bucks, it's available. Now, the thing is that a lot of people subscribe to Estbot, they're looking through that drop list, and they're also seeing those domains, but they go to buy it. You listed it for sale already for 50 bucks. They're like, well, it's only 50 bucks. Boom! You don't even do anything. There's no traffic needed. There's no effort needed. This is the next gold rush. Holy sh! This is how to make money online, method number 6, okay? And this is hand reg. All right, that's what we call handregdomain.com with a hand register. All right, so we go to the GoDaddy bulk registration box. And so what you're gonna do is you open up like a text edit document or Microsoft Word document, and you write a whole bunch of words like package, site, domain, website, ebook, words like that. Then you write a list of a bunch of adjectives like quick and fast and yellow, shit like that. Now what you do is you copy and paste the ebook and the site, that first list of words over and over again. So you have like boom, 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 like that. And then what you do is you take the quick and you go quick, 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 quick. So you got quick ebook, quick method, quick website. And you do that over and over. As many times you copy and paste that, that's as many different, you can imagine. You're gonna have like 1,000, after an hour, you're gonna have like 1,000 candidates. Drop that in the GoDaddy bulk tool. Bam! A $10,000 domain that's available right there. That's how you do it, yo. That's how we're doing it. That's how we're hand registering the domain. All right, we're getting serious. We're gonna be talking about how to make money online. This is number 7. This is expired domains. It's getting a little harder. Remember we got like 29 business models, and so like we're at number 7. So it's like 7th grade. It's like not the end of the world. It's kind of easy. But anyway, this is different than number 5 because when I explained number 5, it was like the quick grabber, which is like the idea of like within the first 24 hours, you might get a small $50 sale. This paid a lot more. So anyway, this is how it goes. Number 7. You go to Estbot and there's a drop list. You look through the drop list and you find expired domains and it's gonna give you the appraisal. Because of that appraisal, buyers are very attracted to that. So then if you go on YouTube and you have like a YouTube channel, and I've done this from experience, this ain't theory. Go on the YouTube channel, teach a little bit about domains, show your portfolio, and you explain you're selling it at a wholesale price, and that's the appraisal, the Estbot appraisal, which is the industry standard appraisal service. Bam! You sell them domains. Sell that expired domain. Bam! This is how to make money online, method number 8, local domains. What a local domain name is like New York City pawnshop.com. So it's locally, you know, areas. So you can target an area. So you can imagine how many domains you can find. Every business in that area, you could have like Arkansas. Wow, now that's a whole state. Holy mackerel. So, I mean, you could go with Columbus, Ohio. So Columbus Barber, Columbus Pawn Shop, Columbus Bowling Alley, Columbus this. You buy all those domains and you call them up and you'd be like, hey, I got columbusbowlingalley.com and you run a bowling alley, I would buy it up from me because I'm gonna sell it to your competitor who has the only other bowling alley in Columbus and you're gonna be out of luck, you know what I mean? And then it's $10,000 sale right there. That's local domaining. All right, the reason why it comes a little bit harder on my list is that you gotta call people. This is how to make money online, method number 9, all right? There's been 8 other methods that were easier than this. Remember, we're moving up the line. We're gonna have to make it up to number 29, that rhymes. Basically, this is flip-a-sites. I'm gonna be teaching you about flip-a-sites today, how you can make very, very easy guaranteed money by basically purchasing whatever domain, and this time we can be a little bit lax with the finding the domain and you don't need to work as hard, but then what you do is you build a site. So if you're looking through a drop list or something like that, you see there's really a cool available domain, like it's like, hey, getbigfiles.com or something like that. You go to Code Canyon or you go to Freelance or whatever and have them cats in Pakistan develop a site on it real quick. You go to flip and you'd be like, hey, I got this site, 400 bucks. Bam, it sells. I don't like doing it though. It's annoying. Like then you have to deal with the customers. There's more autopilot methods. So subscribe and listen to what I say. The biggest domain sale I ever did was not a public domain sale. It was a private domain sale that sold for $420,000. The one that you can see that's in public that you might say, oh, that was Jamie's biggest domain sale. It wasn't the $420,000 or whatever he's talking about. He only sold one for $238,000 on Flippa, and that doesn't count. because it's Flippa, and it was a website as well. Like, he developed a website. Yeah, but it was for $238,000, man. I mean, that was life-changing money. at the time. Like, I come from Queens. Like, I hardly had any money there, and I did fine. Like, I had like 3 roommates, and I had a wonderful life. Like, money doesn't mean anything. But what's incredible is that these older cats that have everything stolen from them in a divorce, and like they're veterans and stuff, like they could really use this knowledge, bro. Like, more than me. I'm fine. I live in the boondocks. I don't live in Dubai or something. Like, please take this knowledge and make some money. Guys, I'm back. I had a very important thing to speak on with all of you. And that is that you've got to jump on the AI gold rush. The .ai domains are selling like hotcakes, and they're selling for 5 to 6 to 7 figures. This is something you do not want to miss. Make sure to join the Facebook group. Make sure to join Badass Class. Shameless plug. Look, this is Jamie Lewis, and I want to show you how to make money online. All right? So welcome to my video. Thank you. Clockwork.xyz sold for $75,000. Oh my God. Endomondo.com sold for $75,000. School.ai sold for $75,000. Holy shit. Socrates.xyz sold for $74,000. Wetpaint.com sold for $74,000. I'm losing my mind. AIwriter.com sold for $67,000. Guys, jump on that .ai domains immediately and start making money. Send me a testimonial. Thank you. Okay, listen, I created this SaaS. It was called Domainer Elite. It was very, very successful, and a lot of people found that when I talk about domains, I know what I'm talking about. So listen to what I'm talking about. Listen, Tranquil.com sold for $85,000. All right, that just happened. It's so insane. Do you know AIgenerator.com sold for $81,000? This is the gold rush, guys. You need to get on this right now. It's so insanely amazing. It's an incredible opportunity. Oh my God. All right, listen, guys, you're on the precipice. All right, we need to talk about this. This is very, very exciting for you. It's exciting for everybody who's involved. You're about to sell your first domain. What do you know about that? And you know, when we're looking at domains that are so horrible, I mean, we're talking like buy.es, like sold for $93,000. What are you doing? Let's go. But then you got the IOs, right? Hero.io sold for $125,000. 11.io sold for $121,000. Guys, .coms, that's not all where the money is. You can find some good money in .ais and .ios. If you're unfamiliar with .io, it's pretty much the Indian extension, but straight up, that's what all the crypto exchanges use and all that. .io is big time for nowadays. So basically, what happened, right, was, you know, we've got like these periods of time, the stages, kind of like the dinosaurs, like how there was like the Jurassic period and then the Cretaceous period or Cretaceous period or whatever you call that. I don't know. So right now we're in the AI period. What comes next? Let's register the domain extensions that come next, straight up. That's such a great idea. So anyway, I gotta go. Uber Eats is calling. All right, bye. Remember I was telling you that freedomindia.com sold for $191,000? Who bought that? Well, who cares? Holy crap. You could find a domain like that either from the Estabot drop list, or you could probably hand register it playing some Mad Libs like word games in the bulk search at GoDaddy. So anyway, I hope you all make millions of dollars. When you do, shout me out. You know what I mean? I was like that kindling that started the spark, that started the bonfire, that started your insane domain reign online, and you like just took over. You're like a domain mogul. But I mean, seriously, check these out, right? Service.ai sold for $127,000. Agents.ai sold for $125,000. For instance, I want you guys to pick up some of these AI domains. We had a couple AI domains sell for almost $1 million last year. And so this is big money. You might notice it's either .coms or .ai. Sure, there's a couple .orgs and a couple CAs and stuff like that that are selling for big money, but these .ai domains are selling for 6 figures and sometimes even 7 figures. Look, I'm gonna be straight with you. Hurt with a U.com sold for $1.5 million. So you've got to start selling domain names. I'm going to give you some stats. All right, I'm gonna give you some stats right now. We're gonna drop the bomb. In 2023, there's about 140 or so thousand domain sales that were anywhere from $100 on up to $60,000. So some of them are like for $10,000, $20,000, etc. But there were only around 140,000 of them. The downside is that it only equaled around that amount of money, like 150 grand or something. But do you know that there were an additional 600,000 domain sales that sold for under $100? And guess how much these domain sales accounted for? $11 million. I'm telling y'all, this is niche money right here. You don't need to be a rocket scientist to figure this out. This is good shit. The next time you're at a barbecue and your ex-father-in-law walks up and says, "What are you doing, John? What are you doing with your life?" Say, "I'm selling .coms." Domaining makes the common man and woman money. period. I sell all sorts of stuff, affiliate marketing stuff, Kindle stuff. What gets the most testimonials? Domaining. For instance, some drunken brainwashed newbie sold onelineage.com for $80,000. Look it up. Onelineage.com. What does that even mean? I told you, 2 words. Find it. Needle in a haystack? Whatever. Onelineage.com sold for $80,000. You can put words together like that. It's like Mad Libs or something. Go to GoDaddy, the bullet tool, and do a search. Spend an hour looking for 2-word domains like that. You can find really cool stuff. Like, for instance, superwin.com. $75,000. I'm straight up serious. Superwin. Like, you could put together 2 words like that. The guy who owns superwin.com sold it for $75,000. Holy sh! 11.io sold for $121,000. I'm serious. stoneage.com sold for $120,000. hello.app sold for $115,000. I'm serious. Anxiety.org sold for $100,000. Statistic.com, $100,000. Archie's, like the comic book, sold for $98,000. True story, look it up. Why aren't you getting into domaining? Oh my God! The domain 3377, yes, 4digit.com, sold for $90,888. True story, look it up. You don't believe me? You're jealous? Don't be jealous. Buy yourself some domains, make some money. FreedomIndia.com just sold for $191,000 in 2023. You guys could be finding domains like that and selling it for $191,000. Domaining is where you want to be. You want to get your hands on digital real estate. With traditional real estate, you got to put down how much? 100,000, 200,000. You're in debt. The pressure's on. With domaining, all you need is a little bit of time to hand register some domains, purchase for $10, and then boom, needles in a haystack. It's fun and it's rewarding, straight up. You gotta pay attention to these sales. It's just outright mind-blowing. All right, so some of these domains that sold for upwards of 6 and 7 figures last year are freaking crazy. You can find them as well. Tophotels.com sold for $480,000. AIQ.com sold for over $200,000. A lot of these domains are selling on Cedo, GoDaddy, sometimes Evergreen.com, HQBrokerage.com. Check this one out. Bitcoin.ca, the Canadian extension, sold for $250,000. $250,000 straight up. I am so excited about this. Skywin.com. What the heck's that mean? Sold for $275,000 straight up. HDL.com, $260,000. Onyx.com, $250,000. Palestine.com, $194,000. Guys, if you got a 3 or 4 character domain name and it's a .com, it's a 7-figure sale right there. We even have a 3-letter domain that ends with a different extension, .ai, that sold for $700,000 this year. Of course, AI extensions are worth a ton right now because AI is AI. But that's the freaking amazing thing. In fact, AI.com sold for $11 million this last year in 2023. But yeah, straight up, you, like as in you, YOU.ai, sold for $700,000.